Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to talk about decimals today and use this foldable to fill in some notes on decimals. We are only going to fill out this whole side and this part right here. We're going to save this comparing and ordering for later. So just this part and this part. Okay, so let's start by folding it. The first thing you're going to want to do is have it like this, and you're going to fold this down like so. And then fold it, nope. So the first thing you're going to do is have it like this and fold it hot dog style. So it should look like this, and then like this, and then we want to fold it like this. So then you have decimals here. You'll glue it on the back. When you open it up, you'll see comparing, and then we'll open it all the way up, and this will be our main page. So let's write first, and then glue. So, decimals. A decimal is a number or a numeral with one or more places to the right of a decimal point. And we always read this decimal point as and. So this number is 0 and 23 hundredths. So we say that last digit in whatever place value it is. So 0 and 23 hundredths. All right, let's keep going. Again, we're going to skip this comparing part, save that part for later, and let's jump into the inside. So, decimals. Again, this is another definition for it. A part of a whole represented in standard form using place value. So another part of a whole that we could represent is a fraction. So that's why here we have word form, decimal model, and fraction. So decimals and fractions are related because they're both parts of a whole, they're just represented differently. So let's do word form, decimal model, fraction, number line for this one. Okay, here's our decimal point. So to the left of our decimal point, and make sure you're referencing your place value charts, the one above the window and the one in your math notebook, this one is our place value 1. So as a decimal, we write it as 1, decimal point 0. And this is our model for 1, and so you just want to shade this in quickly. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. And as a fraction, we write it as 1 over 1. Okay. Let me zoom in for you. So here is our number line, and what we want to do is represent 1 on our number line, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spots on our number line. So we're going to start at 0 and end at 10, and 1 is going to go right here. So draw a little arrow and label that as 1. All right, let's move on. This is our decimal point, so to the right of our decimal point is our tenths place value, tenths. And we represent this as 0 decimal 1. That is 1/10. Our model, this is 1 whole and it's cut into 10 pieces, so 1 part of our whole is 1/10. So shade in that 1/10. Representing it as a fraction is 1 over 10 or 1/10. Our number line, we're going to start at 0, but this time our number line is going to go to 1 because it's split into 10 equal parts, so 1/10 is represented right here. All right, let's move on to our next place value. To the right of our tenths place is our hundredths. And we represent this as 0 and 0, 1, and decimal point 0.01. Here's our one whole, again a part of our whole. There's 100 little squares, so 1 out of 100 is going to be our 100th. So shade in just one of those little squares. And we represent this as 1 out of 100, 1/100th. Our number line is going to start at 0 again, but this time it's going to go all the way to, you guessed it, 1/10. 1/10. Because if you see here, this long skinny tenth is cut into 10 equal pieces, representing our hundredths. So this one right here is going to be our 1/100th. All right, next place value after the hundredths. This one is new in 5th grade. We're going to the thousandths. And we represent this as a decimal as 0.00001. This is our model, and their squares are so itty bitty tiny, tiny. But our little hundredth square here is cut into 10 little pieces. It's kind of hard to see because the printer cannot make it that tiny. But just one of these little bitty things right here is our 1/100th. Just one little tiny bit. To represent 1,000th, my bad, 1,000th as a fraction is 1/1000. So since our hundredths here is cut into 10 pieces, we're going to start our number line at 0 and go all the way to 1/100th. And then our one piece out of that is our 1,000th. All right, so that is all we're going to write in our foldable today. So I want you to fold it back up, and we're going to put the glue on this back side and glue it into our math notebooks. Make sure you put this in your table of contents as well. So remember, when we glue, we line the edges and put an X in the middle and stick it down nice and good on your next blank page. So mine is page 18. So I'm going to glue it so that when it opens up, it also opens up real nice. Actually, I think I'm going to glue it up here like this. There we go. So then it opens up, and we can fill out the comparing part tomorrow. Awesome. Again, make sure you go put it in your table of contents, decimals, and this was done on 10/18. Awesome. On the 18th, on page 18. Haha, so funny. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow to do the comparing part. Enjoy your time with Miss Krause. Love you. Miss you. Big hugs.